Maryland Court of Appeals, Special Appeals. We're down here at trying to bring some light to the criminal system that this court operates, and asking, I will just ask for the impeachment of Judge Bell and all the appellate judges for treason against the Constitution.
The state and county have not challenged my
Robert C. Murphy, the judges in this court are doing a disservice to his memory. Bill, what do you think of what do you think of what the courts did to you? He lost his house too. Donnie, you lost your house, right?
Yeah.
And you weren't given any opportunity in the court.
No.
The lawyers just committed fraud, right?
They realized they committed fraud. They do it because they can't anyway.
Are you angry about that? And do you think the judges should address that?
From violating constitutional rights.
You know. Yes, you did. You had plenty of proof.
Well,
okay. So, Gene, you have some papers there you're going to take into the court and file?
Hi.
Nice talking to you. Good luck to you.
Here's his website, you know, when you...
Here, I got a card.
Oh, he's got a card. Just look it up. Now, you lost your home, too?
Yeah, they stole.
How did you do that?
They stole his. It was left to him in an inheritance, and the lawyer stole it from him.
Yeah,
For what reason?
Because the same day as you, they stole your house. That's all.
No, I mean, for what reason?
Because he's a minority.
The attorney was the same attorney that another man had.
He was the attorney who wrote up the will, and he stole it.
He wrote up the will. He wrote up 2 wills.
Who is this guy?
What's his name? You know him.
He used to be, huh?
What's that attorney's name?
I don't know.
He wrote up a will.
He wrote a will up.
He wrote up 2 wills. He wrote up, Mr. Corrigan had a will wrote up.
Who's Mr. Corrigan?
He's the man that passed away.
He gave me the property?
Yes.
He had, the first will was written up by this lawyer, and then he had another will later on written up that had my name. Had my name on it.
They never filed the second one.
The second will was never filed. I tried to file it, but yes, I had made about 5 copies of the will. I gave Mr. McDermott one, and he put it on his computer, but then he lost it.
My computer crashed.
So anyway, guy came to the house, and he wanted a copy of it. So I gave him a copy of it, not knowing that they had already, because they was in the house when I got there. And they were going through a bunch of paperwork, right?
Yeah, the ex-mayor of Forest Heights, who was removed for fraud, is the one who helped him. What's her name? Joyce Beck. So she's an absolute criminal. So, you got those things you want ready to go upstairs?
Anyway, I had a copy of the will, right?
Okay.
You come over to me and you're saying, I need a copy of the will. I'm going to bring it to the attorney. It's the same attorney that written up both of these wills, right?
And all of a sudden he's got amnesia?
So, I give him a copy. And he said, I said, well, wait a minute, let's run up and get another copy. So I have a copy. Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I gotta go, I gotta run this down to him. I thought that I had a couple copies upstairs in a dresser that I did have, but they had already been up there and got it.
So you have no copy of it?
I had no copy.
And George is gone?
And George put it, I brought it down to George and he put it on the computer.
I scanned it into my computer, but I'll get an affidavit.
But he didn't, you know.
Janice, you ready to go inside real quick and help her file that?
Yeah.
Just keep reading.
So then they let me stay in the house for another year.
No, they couldn't get you out because they had a false title.
And then finally they brought me.
Are you going to go up to the State House with us? Okay, we'll be right back. She's going to go file this.
Yeah, they knew that.
Okay.
They finally
I just stay here.
Just we'll be right back. We're just going inside to file that with. Okay, I'll be right back. Gene and Janice going up here.
Here's another victim that used to live in Maryland.
No, I never lived in Maryland, thank God.
Well, you're very lucky.
I have been a direct witness to their judicial atrocities, though.
Did you get one of these? I just delivered it to every member of the legislature of the state of
Well,
Maryland.
you got to be familiar with that book that was written. On that case of systematic corruption in Maryland by Jack Patermaster?
No, I have no idea. Email me a copy of it.
Well, let me pull and see if I can pull it up here, close enough to the.
Okay, there they go. Chief Bell, Judge Bell, you and your gangster lawyers, judges should know that these are the victims that you're destroying. Yeah, if you could email me a copy of that, I'll give you my email address. I appreciate it. So I'll follow up on it. Hey, Gene!
There's the book, right?
What? Lori! I can't believe it. They're not allowing her to walk in with 5 briefs.
There's the book right there.
Yeah, I can't really get a good view. If you could...
Case of systematic corruption in Maryland. True story of how corruption defeated the law in 1 state and 3 county venues, which the 3 venues were Anne Arundel County.
All 3 of them are. District Court, Circuit Court, and Court of Appeals. 3 different.
I think so.
Yeah, all 3 different. And that happens throughout the state. I mean, that woman right there, she lost everything. She lost. They stole her house. They stole it.
In this county. This is the only book written that focuses on a particular county. But it's state practices too. But focus on a particular county for judicial corruption. Right here.
Well, yeah. And that's that's why you've got. I refer this as this is the Court of Special Deals for Gangsters in the land of the scam and the home of the fraud.
They screw little people on innocent or guilty because it's so under the radar. I was telling her there's a kid. And okay, he peed. He was at a football game on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Went to 7-Eleven. Thought there was a bathroom, there wasn't. So he went behind and took a tinkle. Okay. 30-day max offense. You go into court generally any place and you pay.
It's dismissed.
No, not in this county. He's got married, has a baby on the way. Doesn't have a lot of money. His wife doesn't work. Okay. So he gets into court normally. Bail hearing.
Hold on just a second. Janice took it down for me. Now you have to start following all your shit around the corner and down.
He told you
yes,
that?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
That's what he said. There's a note on the door that says you have to do it.
No, that's only the big boxes. Big boxes. You should be able to carry it right to the front door. He told you not to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
we'll take.
I can't walk down there. I mean, you have to go all the way down, walk around, and go down.
And you know, because you're.
Because of my hip.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I can't do it because of my hip.
That's ADA. See that sign right behind you? Handicap access. They don't have handicap access to the front. They just violated your civil rights.
So anyway, this kid, all right, so he goes to court, and, you know, all right, he did it, you know, it should have been no bail and you know, pay a fine, whatever. No, he gets to court and gets like a $25,000 bond. No history, criminal history whatsoever, for taking a tinkle. Now, they don't have the money, even though it's not real high. This is the only state in the country that doesn't have bail guidelines for offenses.
Okay.
Six-figure bails and nonviolent misdemeanors readily in this county. There's two judges particularly, Johnson and Mosley. So now the other thing they do here is they schedule out everything 100 to 120 days because it's at the pleasure of the arresting officer. The arresting officer doesn't want to go to court, so he doesn't make himself available till just before the fast and speedy trial Hicks rules in Maryland. So somebody in a 30-day offense is going to spend 4 months in jail to challenge this. So he's forced to take a plea agreement, loses his job. I told her this already. And it's just as typical. Loses his job. Well, he took a plea agreement so he didn't have to spend 120 days, but it's 2 months before he gets to court. So he already did his max sentence, 30 days. It should have been a walkaway. But no, it accepted a plea agreement that included a sex offenders registry for taking a damn tinkle behind the 7-Eleven. Now, there's two problems with that. Number one, it's going to screw his job up.
Forever. It's security forever.
And the second thing is, I got a problem with the fact that somebody living down the street on a sex offender registry, I don't know if he's a legitimate sex offender or if somebody took a tinkle behind the 7-Eleven.
George.
Yeah.
We have got to get, like, Occupy DC, Occupy Maryland. We need to get people here. I mean, this place should be lined all over the place. Like, just the dumb stuff that he's saying that the courts have done to people.
That's not dumb. That's criminal. It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes way past.
Just the dumb stuff that should have been, see you later, bye-bye, you know, whatever. You know? I mean, you think that we're the only ones? I don't know where we can get this voice across except for an organization like Occupy DC or Occupy Maryland.
Okay, well, I'm going to go in and say, here, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to leave this with you.
Okay.
Are we all in frame? No, she has to look at it from this side.
I don't know how to see.
It's hard to see. Yeah, all three of you, it's perfect.
Okay.
You'll be happy with it.
Okay. George McDermott, MarylandCourtWatch.com, SecretJustice.com, Victims Roundtable. We were down here at the Annapolis Court of Appeals this morning. We're just wrapping up the events that happened here at the Court of Appeals, and we're heading now up to the, we can go up, we cannot stop. All we can do is walk through the, they can't stop. We can push the sign through it, but we can't stop anywhere. We might be arrested. So much for the First Amendment rights of our citizens, but we're going up to the State House where I delivered a request to every member of the House and Senate today, to all delegates and to all the media, request for impeachment of Judge Bell and a request to have Michael McDermott's 2012 bill reinstated, which will hold these judges and attorneys accountable, and they can be removed, impeached by the Commission on Judicial Disability and the Bar Council. So far, Judge Bell in this court here has chosen, and his colleagues have chosen not to oppose. They seal every case for disbarment, and they hide everything, and the judges' complaints are all secreted, and they're going to try to hide them, but from now on we're going to publish those so that people can just see what kind of corrupt judges we're up against. Wow, Gene, you were one of the people here today, and you came down to file your reply brief.
Right.
Did you file it?
Yes.
I noticed when you went in
sign? What happened?
They told me I'm not allowed to bring any paperwork in there that has to be stamped, any briefs.
Now, she had them in her hand like this. This is not like a box. This is just a handful of, twice this thick. So now we're going to have the court and the legislature revisit this, because if victims and pro se litigants can't bring a handful in, then lawyers and every other service agent must use the back entrance to the court, because it's a discriminatory practice and it's in violation of the ADA code.
You couldn't even walk around, could you? You had to have somebody go up and file for you.
No, well, he can't do it, obviously.
The Bill's doing it. This is thanks to Judge Cruz, Judge Claggett,
Riddle,
Judge Riddle, Judge
Wells, the state's attorney, Laura Martin,
right?
And then
don't forget your little piece of garbage.
Allison O'Donnell.
Then you got Platt, you got Green,
Lombardi,
and Prince George's County, and then you got that real crooked judge in the U.S. District Court of Appeals, Massetti, and Judge Peter J. Massetti and Judge Paul Mannis, all of whom have violated their oath of office and caused these people the loss of their home and property.
Now, when you got to the clerk's office, you went up there first to inspect your file. What did you find?
Well, I went there for a reason, because I'm looking for an affidavit where the law firm of Shapiro and Burson put in an affidavit with their lawyer, William Savage, that he had custody and ownership of our original note. Well, he does not have custody and owner of our original notes. I've been asking for 3.5 years for him to produce it. He will not produce it. He ignores phone calls, he ignores letters, he ignores everything. Then I found out that he's been reprimanded, and another lawyer, McFadden, who are involved in my illegal foreclosure case, that they've been reprimanded for fraudulent signatures. Now I found out in Montgomery County that John Burson and McDowell are up for forgeries. And these people are all involved in my illegal foreclosure.
I believe his case is going to be held in May of 2013 in the Montgomery County Circuit Court. We're asking anybody who was a victim of this law firm or the Chase Bank or the crooked judges who have issued unsigned orders in this court here to deny you access to the courts. We want as many people as possible to show up and to file complaints for victims' impact statements with the judge, so that they can put this gentleman in jail where he belongs, instead of, like Judge Bell here, rubber stamping his fraud. He won't even sign the orders for disbarment. He just rubber stamps a remand so he gets out of his court. This is a judge who's been on bench for at least 20 some odd, I think it was 1996 he came on, and he has consistently worked against the Constitution and the rights and liberties of the people of the state of Maryland, and nobody will impeach him, and now he's getting ready to retire and make a fool out of every citizen in the state of Maryland's going to have to pay his retirement fund. That's ludicrous.
Now, you said, now I heard Darlene tell you that she was down there last week and checked.
Friday.
Down
in Calvert County Circuit Court to get an affidavit that was submitted in the courts that William Savage had ownership, his firm had ownership of my note.
Yeah, proof of ownership. Proof of ownership is affidavit of ownership, and
they said all my whole docket was up here in the appeals court. It's not.
Yeah.
So they would not. They refused to give it to her.
That's why you came down here. One of the reasons you came down to check your dockets and make this part of a civil complaint. Now this is your reply brief. And here's this is the attachment for her petition, and it's got all the documents necessary to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that they're victims of fraud. But the Court of Appeals overlooked it and covered it up, Kennedy J is supposed to be the opinion writer.
Is that who was mine?
Yeah, but it's unsigned, unauthenticated, and they won't give you an original, so that's a fraud. And you've got here, you've got all the documents that support that. You've actually got the response brief. Now, Paul Monger put a brief in this court, and he isn't even
His lawyer.
He wasn't even you know, and the court has to disregard and throw his pleadings out. So, Bill, thank you for coming down. I'm sorry that you're having such trouble.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry that you have
Maybe we'll get it straight one of these days.
Oh, is it? Well, you know what? At least you're going to fight. This is a man who lost everything, including his health, because of these gangster judges. And she has to have recourse. So.
He's had a massive heart attack, and he was dead, and they brought him back, and he'll never be the same again. This is a guy who has worked all his life.
Every day of his life.
Every day of his life. And never asked for anything free.
And Judge
And we sold our business to obtain our house back from illegal foreclosure, and 7 attorneys did absolutely nothing for us.
Yep.
They took over $80,000 of our money. 80.
Well, I appreciate you being here to make the record.
Okay.
We're going to put it up on the internet and ram it down these judges' throats. And we're going to say a prayer for you, Bill, so you have a safe journey home.
Right. Okay.
Gene, thank you
Thanks,
for
George.
being here.
Thank you, George.
And
Good to see you, George.
Yeah, because I think you guys go ahead and head out.
You don't need to go down to Annapolis? Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to walk around there?
No, he's not ready.
He's tired?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Back going down, stop. Back going down to Annapolis and going around. You just can't do it.
No, you're tired. You need to get...
And I have to get him something to eat.
Huh? No. You come over here now.
Okay.
We're going to follow up with you.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to take him around the other way.
Once again, we're down here now. We're getting ready to leave and go up to the State House with Ms. Julie Wong. And she's a victim of this court. Is it 19 years now? 8.5 years, okay. 8.5-year victim of the corrupt judges in Calvert County, Maryland, who denied her access to the court, who abused her legal and civil rights, and who you still have your property, but you've had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to get to defend her.
Right now, I stopped paying the mortgage.
You stopped paying the mortgage. Why?
Because the house
I'll unlock the door.
never be legally qualified.
It was never qualified for an occupancy loan.
That's right.
That's what we. That's
Never
what.
qualified to legally use an occupancy.
Yeah, everything about they forced her to go to settlement before the house was finished. It has never been finished. She's fighting them, but once again, every order from this court that she gets is unsigned.
And no.
Okay, what would you like to see happen?
Okay, I bought I think a town of home builder, Santax Homes. They never complete the property as required by law. The law clearly, repeatedly ruled that they have to complete the grading and permanent vegetation and Stormwater Management Act. But we did not finish that, so they fraudulently obtained a permanent use and occupancy certificate from the Town of India Act. So
I was over at Baltimore with her at the Department of Environmental Management, and the agent over there took a look at the videos and the photos and said that they were clearly in violation of the letter and the intent of the law, that they had no right to force her to go to a settlement prior to, you were under threat of coercion. If you didn't go to settlement that day, you would lose your deposit.
they will raise the price or refuse to sell to me. Because it's fraud and fraudulent advertisement, They said they are going to build the boardwalk and something with the lights and chairs you can sit there. But they never built that for 8.5 years until now.
Is the house even occupied now?
Right now, it's vacant right now.
It's vacant now.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's still fighting to get her property back. Once again, you come to this court and you get no relief whatsoever.
Well, all the facts and the law support my complaint. The judge really will not state any facts without any law. Just say deny, dismiss, that's all they did. When they found some, at other times, like when the facts support my complaint, for example, I proved the lower court clerk they made a mistake. The mistakes cost me on time to file court documents. But when the judge here, chief judge of Court of Special Appeal, he clearly knew the facts. Another party did not oppose this by providing all the evidence. He concealed the true facts, the critical important facts of the court clerk's mistake cost me on time to file. He just ruled, okay, denied because on time to file.
Well,
concealed the true important facts.
And that's it. It's cover-up 101, and that's what you get. So that's why we're down here today. Today we're going to leave here. I want to sign off. I want to thank you for being here, telling your story. Okay. This is George McDermott signing off from the land of the scam and home of the fraud, Maryland's Court of Special Deals for Gangsters. God bless and have a good day.
Thank you.
George McDermott. MarylandCourtWatch.com news. I'm down here at the press pass office for the state of Maryland for Annapolis, and we're trying to get Janice here a press pass so she can come in and do reporting on the legislative affairs and special meetings that are taking place here in Annapolis for the rest of the year and to 2014. And we were just informed by the press office that Miss Dana Roche just informed us that today's the last day of the General Assembly, and therefore they do not issue any more press passes. So apparently if you don't have a press pass now and you don't have an office which is allocated to you in the State House, that they're going to be reevaluating the press passes for next year.
Yeah.
Now, what did that sound like to you, Dana?
Janice, you know what? I wouldn't have had a problem with it if they didn't turn so bright red and they didn't look like they were not being completely honest.
Yeah, you know, and,
so
and Sharon went up to get her press pass renewed, and unfortunately she fell and got a blood clot in her leg, and she had to rush off to the hospital. So she went up to get her press pass renewed, and apparently they're playing games with her too.
Are they?
We'll find out later. But we're just memorializing this right now because this is beyond bizarre. Wouldn't you say?
I don't, you know what, anything that happens in any of these stores or in any of these offices, I question.
If they don't issue it the press pass, it's just like what happened to Jean today. She had a stack of papers like this in her hand, smaller than this, probably like this, and she's handicapped and can't walk. And they told her she couldn't come in the front door of the Court of Appeals, that she had to walk all the way around to the back of the building. So Janice, thank God you went in and filed her papers for her.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So we'll find out what's going on, and we're going over now to the Senate office building. How you doing, Dave? To deliver the rest of these to each member of the Maryland Senate, so they'll have a record of why we were down here demonstrating today in the best interest of the Constitution and the rule of law. It's George McDermott signing off from the press room here at the Annapolis State House.
You never heard back from Jean, did you?
No. We'll just have to mail it to her.
Can you mail that?
We'll put it on UPS. Let's go down now to the, we'll go down to do a little video in front of the judiciary, and then we'll do the last three and we're out of here. Once again, I'm down at the Maryland Senate office building. We've just got finished delivering the last of the documents to all the members of the Maryland House and Senate, requesting for an emergency request regarding the revival of the 2012 House Bill, Maryland HB 1061, the General Assembly of Maryland's legislative body, and directly represent the electorate. The state has 47 districts and 47 senators, 141 delegates. We visited all
Oh, excuse me.
we visited all of those today, we need to reenact this bill so that we can protect the rights and liberties of Maryland citizens. Now that Judge Bell has had his retirement party, as several of the delegates' aides have already said, it's ineffective towards him, except that he may be held criminally liable for negligence of office when we sue the state of Maryland. So all the information you need will be put up on the website at secretjustice.com. I encourage everyone to view these documents and to notify each and every delegate and senator in your district that you would like an investigation, and a grand jury should be impaneled to correct this problem of injustice that we have that is rampant in our nation. So, this is George McDermott signing off from Senate Judiciary
Hallway.
Centers in the Senate office, Miller House Senate office building, and at once again, all of the employees I have talked to are appalled at what these courts are getting away with. So I have to report, this is still the land of the scam and the home of fraud, Annapolis, Maryland. God bless, have a good day. Well, this is the last day of the legislative session in Annapolis, Maryland. The Maryland Court Watch News was down here. We've been to the Court of Appeals, Special Deals for Gangsters. We've been to every member of the Maryland legislature, to every delegate's office, to every senator's office, alerting them as to the victim side of what's going on in our courts. And then we found out that George McDermott, I'm here at Annapolis, Maryland. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, last day of legislative session 2013. So far today we've been to every delegate's office, every senator's office. We had a demonstration at the Court of Appeals demanding that courts stop using fraudulent unsigned orders, demanding that the judges hold their court clerks accountable to the Constitution and Administrative Procedures Act. And we've done everything we can to alert those in power who have a duty and a responsibility under their oath of office and Constitution to prevent fraud in our courts. What we have done today is, as media is supposed to do, we have alerted those people in the offices of what's going on. I do not have the funds or the resources to put mass media out there, but I do the best I can. I will have to revisit what happened as far as trespasses for 2014. I believe that somebody's playing games and they're going to try to restrict trespasses by issuing some kind of voting law. And if they do, I will take the state of Maryland to court for suppression of rights, the First Amendment right, and for restraint of business. This is George McDermott signing off on the land of the scam and the home of the fraud in Annapolis, Maryland. God bless and have a good day.
In the email, I said you have a choice. You either can man up and understand that this is now 49% you still own of GIC, which I own 50% of, or you can continue to kiss.
Which GIC?
Grenadier Investment Company.
Oh. Is that real estate?
Yeah. Or you can continue to kiss Alona's ugly ass and give her everything.
Why not?
And with him, I said, looks like this is going to hurt. He's going to hurt like hell. And when they pulled them tubes out of my veins, it was hell. I had to run out of shot.
George McDermott, I'm here with Chu Wong. I have pleasure to have you here today. Today is the 7th day of April 2014. Ms. Wong is a victim of the Charles County court system where she's been denied access to the courts by a bunch of corrupt judges down there. How long have you been fighting this?
18 years.
18 years.
Because all the facts and the laws support my complaint. So right now, the judge tried to conceal the true facts, and the judge ruling that deny without any facts, without any law.
No facts at all whatsoever, and you've asked for help from all the agencies, and nobody's willing to help you, right?
So far,
I was with you over in Baltimore a couple years ago, and the people at the Environmental Resources said that you were what they did to you was an absolute fraud, and we reported that to the court. And here she gets unsigned order after unsigned order after unsigned order, rubber stamped by clerks of this court without any judicial capacity or authority, and that is why we're here today petitioning to have the Chief Justices of this court and the judges removed for issuing fraudulent unsigned orders. They cannot be validated. You ever find any signed orders in your, once you go and check your record, are any signed orders in there?
okay, what unsigned order, they said that the judge signed an original document. So I asked for the original document. The same step go to the original document.
So there is never an original document. Yeah.
This court give the same thing as I have. So go to the judge's original signature will be on the original document. So I'm asking the original document. They give me the same thing. Looking side. Additional to the unsigned, I think very important. The judge ruling denied me without any facts, without any law. That deny.
They're taking advantage of you.
Yes, because you're a minority.
Yes, I'm an Asian American woman, foreign born.
And this is a hate crime. This is a hate because it goes against certain classes of people. Okay? It goes against minorities, the disadvantaged, the poor, and women, most likely, more than anything else.
Asian American women.
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad to have you down here. And,
thank you. I need support the people.
Huh? You need to support the people. You need to help us. We've got to get the nonprofit status going so we can help more people in the state and go from there. But we're going to go here and we're going to go up to the Capitol building and push this around it and let all of our legislators know that we're tired of this crap. Okay.